How many siblings do you have? It's a simple question, but one of our kids answers, 11 total, 9 here on earth and 2 in heaven. It changes the conversation. Today, I want to share something deeply personal, something many families carry in silence. It is our experiences with miscarriages and why we chose to honor our lost children as full members of our family.
Most people don't know, but you can request to keep your baby after a D&C process. We didn't know either until our Catholic midwife told us. That one piece of information changed everything for our family. And later, it would change how one of our kids' teacher processed her own grief.
Hi, my name is Nan Din, and this is my wife, An Tran. We're the Din family. We've been married since 2008. We have 11 kids, 2 here, 2 in heaven, and 9 here on earth. We're building a support community for families who desire to raise great saints.
During our second pregnancy, everything seemed so normal. But just a few days before our 10-week checkup, I had this vivid dream. There was a little girl in our house. She was maybe 2 or 3 years old. She looked so familiar, like she belonged with us. But I didn't know who she was. Her eyes remind me of Dominic. Her size and her hair, she would probably look exactly like Zelly right now. A couple days later, we went in for our regular OB checkup, and they couldn't find the heartbeats. We were heartbroken. That was our second baby. We didn't know what to do or how to process it. The doctor gave us 2 options: either wait for my body to naturally release a baby or to have a D&C procedure where they would put you to sleep and remove the baby.
We did several ultrasounds over the next few days, just so you were absolutely sure. But every time, we could see the baby getting smaller and smaller. At 10 weeks, you could already see tiny hands and tiny feet, just half an inch long. God had already taken our baby home.
That was when our midwife, she's Catholic, told us something we had no idea was possible. She said we could request to keep our baby body, otherwise it would be just disposed as medical waste.
And that moment changed everything for us. That wasn't just a pregnancy that didn't work out. This was our child, an eternal soul known to God and to us. If this baby had lived for a year and then passed away, we would have a funeral and we would honor them, and our families would come along and honor them, and we would remember them. Why would it be any different just because our baby died at 10 weeks pregnancy instead of 10 months?
So because of my dream, we believed that baby was a girl, so we named her Clara.
Our church has a cemetery called the North Atlanta Memorial Park. And at the time, our church didn't have a section specifically for babies yet. So they gave us a small plot under a tree. And we brought John Paul, our oldest, to the cemetery. We buried our baby, we said prayers together, and we honored her.
We want our kids to know their sister, to know that she's part of our family, to know that they have somebody in heaven to pray for them.
Our kids grew up, including Clara, when they counted their siblings. There's 11 of us total, 2 in heaven. They said this naturally, matter-of-factly, and one day, one of their teachers at Pinecrest Academy asked during class, "How many siblings do you have?" And one of our kids answered the same way, 11 total, 2 in heaven, 9 on earth. At the time, it was just information. But later that year, the teacher experienced her own miscarriage.
She came back to us afterward to thank us. She said that because of how we taught our kids to honor Clara, she knew she could do the same with her lost baby. That she had permission to grieve properly, to give her child a name, to include them in her family.
We were humbled that God would use our suffering and our grief to comfort someone else. So many families carry this loss, this cross, silently, especially when you lose a baby early, especially if it's before the pregnancy has been announced. But that silent grief is for a real person, a real soul, and a baby that one day you will meet in heaven.
So if you experience this loss, you're not alone. Your baby deserves to be honored, remembered, and loved.
And in a future video, we'll share the story of our second loss, Francis, and the emotional roller coaster that came with that loss. So if you like this, click like and subscribe and join our missions to raise great saints. Please pray for us because raising great saints is extremely hard and we need each other. In the meantime, we'll see you next time, and you can check out our other videos, and so we'll see you next time.